Hey, what's up? My name is Petrowski, and today I'll be doing some PokeMMO NU PvP ranked battling, showcasing specifically Zangoose. So Zangoose was a viewer suggestion from Leandro Nunez. Hopefully I didn't butcher your name too badly. But thank you so much for the suggestion. I really appreciate it. Zangoose is a really interesting Pokemon. There are some important things to talk about with him, specifically in PokeMMO. The main one being he doesn't have an ability called Toxic Boost, which he does normally have in the main games because it would make him extremely strong. So I think just him having immunity is honestly probably fair. It's honestly a decent ability on its own, granting him immunity from poison. So let's go ahead and get into the specific Zangoose. This Zangoose isn't super great, and it honestly might be changed throughout this video, and I might get a better one. We'll see. A lot of things could happen. First things first, nature is hasty, which minuses the defense, which isn't great, but the plus speed is very important. Making Zangoose fast is very, very important. He's in a very weird speed tier, or at least a pretty fast weird speed tier. Let's look at the base stats. So Zangoose has 90 base stat speed, pretty mediocre defenses being 60s. Special attack doesn't matter, it will just be attacking with his physical attack. 73 HP is okay, it kind of makes up a little bit for the defenses, but not really. Zangoose is the definition of a glass cannon hard carry sweeper. His goal is to set up a little bit and then get extreme damage off, and kind of sweep, or just come in with Choice Band and get some hard hits in immediately. I prefer the hard sweeping Zangoose. I'm a huge fan of just setup Pokemon in general. So, hasty nature. Lumberry is interesting. I really like the Lumberry pick. This also could be up for change, though. I considered Lumberry. I considered Salicberry, and maybe going an indoor set or just having Salicberry alone. Getting that speed up is really important. Getting that Salicberry proc could really set up a sweep. So I considered things like Salicberry, Lumberry, just Citrus Berry for heal and some bulk. Leftovers wouldn't be super great on him because he wouldn't stick around for long enough to get all the effects of leftovers. A Citrus Berry would probably just be better. Considered a lot of things on him. I considered just Silk Scarf, Life Orb. Life Orb was a huge consideration as well. There's a lot of possible items on Zangoose. You would go Toxic Orb if he had the ability, Toxic Boost, but I'm going to try Lumberry. I'm going to stick with this, and we'll go from there. Moving on to EVs, pretty simple. I don't think you would ever deviate from this. 252 attack, 252 speed, and then 6 EVs wherever. You could be a little more calculative about it and kind of see what exactly you need to outspeed in the tier. So maybe you want to really try to outspeed something super specific. I'm trying to think of something in this tier of speed. What are the base stats on NU Pokemon that you want to outspeed? Maybe Drapion? Yeah, so that's a good example. So Drapion has 95 base stat speed. Most of the time, Drapion is going to go 252 speed, but maybe there are some times where he doesn't, or maybe you can go Choice Scarf just to outspeed him. There are some things where maybe you'll want to EV him to 200 and let's say 40 or 200 and maybe just 200 speed. Something to outspeed something specifically exactly, and then put the rest of the EVs in HP if you're looking for to use Zangoose to counter a specific Pokemon or to beat a specific matchup. Okay, and looking at IVs, the IVs on the Zangoose are definitely my biggest issue with it. It does have 31 attack and 30 speed, which is very nice. So that's the main reason I bought it. I bought this Zangoose for pretty cheap off the GTL a long time ago. I never used it too much, but 12 HP, pretty damn poor. 18 special defense, not great. 21 defense, not the worst, but not, it's usable, but everything else, all the defenses and the HP combined with the defense make it this is a borderline unusable competitive Pokemon. I only bought it for very cheap. I really wanted to learn how to use Zangoose and try to use Zangoose, so I often sell not great comps like this for around 50k. I probably bought the Zangoose for around 40 or 50k. It's just nice to be able to buy a cheap comp and learn how to use it from there before investing or committing to more of a 5x31, 4x31 more expensive competitive version of the Pokemon. Moving on to moveset. This is also something that could be subject to change. So the three main things that probably won't change are going to be Swords Dance, Close Combat, Slash probably won't change. These three are probably locked in, but X-Scissor could be subject to change depending on what I encounter in the meta. I saw people running Quick Attack. Quick Attack is really interesting because giving Zangoose that priority over Pokemon that are stronger than it is really nice. Plus it has stab on quick attack. Even though quick attack is only a 40 base power move, it having stab and it maybe being like sword stanced up once and having the high attack EVs, IVs, and base stat, it'll still do decent damage. And just having that priority that quick attack has can be so crucial. So quick attack might be put on here at some point. We'll have to see. One of the issues with the Swords Dance set is that it really limits the move pool. Kind of giving Zangoose 4 attacking moves is pretty damn important, but he also needs the power of Swords Dance, so it's pretty complicated. Committing a slot to Swords Dance definitely makes things complicated. If I didn't have this slot here, I could just input Quick Attack here, and you would have 2 coverage moves, 1 stab move, and then 1 stab priority move, which would be like perfect, but inputting Swords Dance really inhibits the moveset. Only having 3 moves makes a huge difference because then you're only allowed you either can do 1 stab move, 1 priority move, and then only 1 coverage move, or double coverage move, no priority move with the stab, or you could do quick attack over slash and just have priority stab, but then like not have the slash for boosted stab damage on like a huge thing. So it's really hard to fit. It's really hard. The moveset's very tight, very complicated. We'll see how it goes this video. I could just, like I said many times, I could swap up. I could use a totally different Zangoose by the end of this video. So we'll see. This is all about testing and learning Zangoose on my own end and kind of showing you guys what I find alongside me. Okay, let's quickly cover the rest of the team, as you guys might have seen before. I really just want to focus on Zangoose, but typical Trick Roomers, as you might have seen before. These are my 2 main Trick Roomers that I use, and then combined with my setup Bouffalant and my Quagsire combo that I love to use so much. So Venusaur is the most used Pokemon in the NU tier, so I like to swap Quag in against something it's good against, so let's say like Golem, and then they'll instantly see my Quag and swap to Venusaur because Quag is 4 times weak to Venusaur, so they kind of, small brain it and just instantly swap. They'll go ahead, bring in Venusaur, use Giga Drain, I'll swap to Bouffalant, get a Sap Sipper charge, which is really important, and then I only need to set up 1 Swords Dance and then hopefully 2 Cotton Guards before becoming an unstoppable force. But even if I don't, even if I can just get up like 1 Swords Dance or 1 Cotton Guard or some combination of those, it just puts me at a huge advantage point, so it's very important. But this is a very defensive team. Really the only huge sweeper Zangoose is the only like fast sweeper but Bouffalant technically is a sweeper, but it's more of like an unstoppable force that needs to really set up. Zangoose needs a little less setup, only needing like 1 Swords Dance. Behemoth is another kind of sweeper, but it still needs a lot more support, needing Trick Room and Nasty Plot up at all times. Zangoose doesn't want Trick Room up. This will be an interesting team to navigate because everything here wants Trick Room instead of Zangoose. Zangoose is my fast, out of Trick Room operating Pokemon. Usually I would put Superior in this spot, so it'll be interesting to have Zangoose in it and learn alongside that. And then no bulkier team to support Zangoose would be complete without a Shuckle. I love this Pokemon. It's my favorite Pokemon of all time for those who don't know. And this is actually my favorite Shuckle that I own, being a 4x31 Shuckle with Toxic. This is my favorite Shuckle set that I think is very underused. Not many people use this set, which I think is criminal. Toxic, Stealth Rocks, Protect, Rest. One thing that I don't use well enough on this set enough is Stealth Rock. I don't get it out early, and I usually am too protective of my Shuckle, and I don't bring it out early enough to put up the Stealth Rock, so that's something I will try to work on throughout this video, and you'll see me try to improve at. But this is an optional move. The 3 core moves that I put on every single one of my Shuckles: Toxic, Protect, Rest. Most people don't put Protect, Rest on Shuckle, or at least Rest. Most people don't put Rest on Shuckle. I love Protect, Rest. Protect, Rest, Toxic it wins me so many games. Shuckle is one of the best Pokemon to Toxic stall with. It can feel like annoying and frustrating and cheesy when I do it, but at the same time, I'm using a Shuckle, dude. If I'm Toxic stalling you with a Shuckle, like, you're doing something wrong with your team, like you've misplayed in some way. Shuckle is not it's underrated. I love it. I think it has more power than people realize, but if I'm beating you with a Shuckle, you got some other things to consider. So anyways, this has been too long of an intro. Let's go ahead and get into the games. Good luck. Okay. Yo. Here's the first game coming in. First match. See, the enemy has Gardevoir and Glade. That's interesting. And Zoroark. That'll be an interesting thing to think about and keep in mind. So, I definitely am going to be looking to lead Zangoose in any game that I possibly can, because Zangoose lead is actually pretty good, and being able to Swords Dance up off them having to switch is really nice. So, they also have Sandslash, Samurai. I think this is actually a pretty decent game where I can Zangoose lead. So I'm gonna go ahead and click that. We're gonna try that out. Yeah, so they're gonna bring in Gardevoir. So X Scissor is gonna be super effective. This guy's on a 3-win streak, which is interesting with his team. I don't think his team is super intimidating to me. I don't know Gardevoir's base stat speed. I don't think Gardevoir can one-shot me. I'm just gonna search Vor. Base stat, 80 base stat speed. I'm pretty sure this thing shouldn't outspeed me, and it shouldn't one-shot me. It actually hit me to 99.3%. That is insane. And it outsped me. It actually hit me to 1 HP exactly. I don't know how this thing outsped me, though, is what I'm curious about. I wonder if it's scarfed. So this thing's probably scarfed. I'm thinking if it's worth keeping my Zangoose alive at 1 HP or not. I think I'm just going to go for the X Scissor, and hopefully he swaps, which he does. So that's very good. Although I don't do too much damage to the Sandslash. He's Rocky Helmet to finish him off. That's okay. That was my mistake, I guess. I'm really surprised the Gardevoir outsped. I think the Gardevoir is just choice spec'd. Or choice scarfed, excuse me. So, it's interesting. So now I just got a Claydol. Unfortunate first game to try to show off the Zangoose, but, you know, I like to... I'm going to play multiple games. I'll play at least 3, probably. I like to try to play a couple of games to show off Zangoose, or like the Pokemon that I'm trying to showcase prowess. I'm not sure. I'd actually love to hear in the comments what you guys, if you guys prefer. He actually has knockoff. Interesting. That's fine. I can still strain. I don't think he has a Defogger. Samurott could have Haze. Toxic is totally fine on this mon. But if you guys want to see, let me know if you guys want to see every single game that I play, or maybe it'd be better if I just show like the games where like something interesting happens, or I perform well, or like that, you know, the Zangoose performs well, etc., etc. I'd be interested to hear that, interested for that feedback. But so I went ahead and set up all my screens. I'm gonna go ahead and Trick Roomed. I'm gonna teleport now. I'm fully set up. This guy didn't get much. The only thing this guy got up basically on me, or got the advantage on, was he knocked off my Light Clay off my Claydol, which I really don't care about too much. And he also put up Stealth Rocks. So that's like Toxic my Claydol. But the main thing here, honestly the main pain of that was getting the Stealth Rocks. It's kind of a pain, but not a huge deal. Honestly, I think this is a perfect Bouffalot swap. This guy's also decently ranked, which is interesting. I'm going to go ahead and swap in a Bouffalot, and I think I'm going to try to turbo setup on him. I think this is the perfect spot where I can just start setting up on Bouffalot. I'm going to go for one... Maybe I should have Cotton Guard first. I don't know if I should have Cotton Guard. He's on a Toxic. That is a bit of a pain, which I should have considered a bit more. I should have considered that a bit more before just bringing Bouffalot in, but I think it's still worth it. I think his Sandslash is slower than me in Trick Room, which is also interesting. I'm going to go ahead and just double Swords Dance. I know he's going to knock off my leftovers, so that's going to hurt my recovery from the poison a bit, but that's okay. This Sandslash is a huge defensive wall. My Light Strain wore off. I think I'm going to Cotton Guard once. I think that's the play. I'm going to Cotton Guard once. He's going to Rapid Spin, so he doesn't have much damage on the Sandslash at all. I wonder if that speed raise from Rapid Spin will actually make my Bouffalot faster than him. That'd be a huge deal here. Not a huge deal, but an interesting deal. So I would be able to go first here if that happened. Because of Trick Room still up. Trick Room actually just went back to normal, so got most of my setup. He'll just be... So if he was faster off the Rapid Spin, he'll actually go first here. But yeah. Okay, so he was faster. That's funny. So that actually means that if Trick Room was still up, I would have outsped him here, which is funny. I think that kills. Nice. Although I'm going to take a lot of damage here, and I don't have Trick Room up anymore. Rocky Helmet, Poison, recoils a ton of damage. That actually kills me. Wow. Man, not a great game for me. I'm really surprised that killed me. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Stunfisk. It's just the safe swap in here. This could be Gardevoir or this could be Zoroark. I'm not sure. Either way, I'm just going to go ahead and Protect. Protecting here gives me a turn of Leftovers heal. It also scouts a little bit of whether it's Zoroark or Gardevoir. I actually just realized that he probably led with Zoroark, and I always expect that. I always do. But I didn't realize it this time for whatever reason. Or a lot of times I'll expect him to lead Zoroark in like the showing menu and then completely forget about it. Because he used Night Days on turn 1, so that must have been... He nasty plotted here, so he actually led with Zoroark. That's really unfortunate that... Man, this guy is literally just like... I don't know if it's luck or he's very talented. Maybe probably a mixture of both, but he's ending up using the perfect... The accuracy fall could really hurt my Toxic. Okay, thankfully it still landed. He's really just using the perfect moves at the perfect times. Like, knowing to nasty plot there is pretty interesting. I guess he has some experience against Shuckle, which is honestly kind of surprising. I wonder if he'll nasty plot here. If he nasty plots here, he is a genius. Wow. Honestly, maybe I should just throw up the FF. This guy's played me like a fiddle throughout the entire game. I don't FF many games, though. I actually almost never FF games. But this guy just deserves the win, and I don't see myself coming back from this. I'm gonna go for the double protect because I know that I don't outspeed. I can't do anything else. He'll one-shot me. I don't outspeed. I just go for the double protect to stall the toxic damage a little longer. Is my best bet. I actually have nothing else that can outspeed him here. Okay, I think I just FF. That kills. I'm gonna go ahead and throw up the FF. He can one-shot both my Claydol and my Behemoth because he has Night Days and they're both psychic types. My Quagsire can't really stand a chance. Yeah, this guy just played 1,000 times better than me. I'm going to try to move on, and I'm going to try to showcase Zangoose in a better light. That's on my bad. The guy played well, better than me. Moving on. So after that rough game 1, I think I'm going to go ahead and make the decision. Maybe this is too soon, but I'm going to go ahead and put a Salad Berry on that Zangoose. Maybe this is too... situational or too, just after that one game, maybe I'm making the decision too quickly. But being hit to 1 HP by that Zoroark on turn 1, if I had Salad Berry, I would have become faster than it, and I actually would have been able to just turbo sweep that game pretty hard, at least from that point. But he ended up still swapping to the Sandslash the Rocky Helmet anyway. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being silly, but I'd like to try the Salad Berry here. I think there are a lot of Pokemon that hit. I'm going to go ahead and guess after that Zoroark that there are going to be a lot of Pokemon that hit the Zangoose pretty low, but don't quite one-shot it with neutral moves. So, because it is just pretty defensively weak. So hitting it with like any sort of stab, like dark move, it's going to hit it low. Not one-shot it, hopefully, but hit it very low. And it seems like using Zoroark as a base of the NU tier, I feel like that might be how it play out. So, anyways, I'm going to try the Salad Berry this next game. Okay, coming into game 2, hopefully this goes better. We're against Absol, Slowbro, Rotom is interesting to see, Escavalier, Nidoqueen, Magmortar. So immediately off the bat, 2 things, I guess 3 Pokemon that I worry about are Rotom and Absol, which Rotom can have Trick, and it's probably his lead. I can't lead Claydol super well to Rotom, although it's not bad. It's not the worst lead. I definitely can't lead Zangoose here, because if he leads Rotom and just tricks immediately and I throw up a Swords Dance, then I'm tricked into his Choice Scarf, and it puts me into a rough situation. Although, I could go it and try to predict that and then just start slashing with Zangoose right off the bat, but then he would bring in Escavalier and I wouldn't be able to deal with it. So I'm going to go ahead and lead with Claydol. Absol can be a huge threat with Swords Dance, be very scary. Slowbro is the other Pokemon. Slowbro is the only Pokemon on his team that I think can operate well in Trick Room and be very slow. Escavalier is actually also quite slow. So Escavalier could have... I actually don't have the base stats on him. I know Escavalier, I think he has around 40 or 45 base stat speed. I'm just going to Google it very quickly. It's very important to constantly be checking the Pokemon you're playing against base stat speed, especially. It actually has a 20 base stat speed. Escavalier has 20 base stat speed, extremely extraordinarily low. This is gonna be a really hard match for me off the bat. I'm gonna go ahead and throw up the Reflect. I'm actually faster than him, which obviously makes sense. He's 20 base stat speed. That's good to get the Reflect off immediately, so he can't. Yeah, so he can't do that. The question now is whether I want to Trick Room or not, or just get up a Light Screen. I think the play is actually to just get up Light Screen, let him kill me, and then swap to Zangoose. I'm not going to set up Trick Room this game with my Claydol. Go ahead, let him die, set up screens, swap to Zangoose, and threaten the close combat against that Escavalier. I think that is going to be the best play here. Trying to think if he can one-shot me. Trying to think what moves he would have. I don't know if Escavalier has fighting moves readily at his like arsenal. I'm trying to think if I want to Swords Dance once or close combat. This could be a huge factor of this game. I think it's safer to just go ahead and throw the close combat. Only doing 38% damage. Wow, that's unfortunate. And he one-shots me. Yikes. Whew. I'm definitely just using this Zangoose incorrectly at this point. This is the worst. These are definitely the worst. I'm also playing against very good players. This is definitely one of the harder times I've had with a team in a while. I think I'm just not playing well with it, you know? There's definitely such a curve when it comes to like learning how to use a team properly. So here I just curse. There's no other move where I would ever do here. I always just curse here in this situation against Escavalier. I'm going to go ahead and probably... I don't know if he's going to Toxic me. If he does, it's fine. I'm just going to keep cursing up. He's not going to be able to one-shot me at all here. I'm pretty sure. I don't think he would have any... I don't know if there's any Grass move on Nidoqueen. I'm just going to keep cursing up. He's probably going to set up Spikes and such, maybe. I have Resto Chesto on this Quag. This game is still winnable. This Quag could really do a lot for me. I wonder if this Nidoqueen has Haze or anything. Oh, he's going to Dragon Tail. Ooh, that avoid is huge. That sucks. I mean, that means I know he has Dragon Tail. I really hate Dragon Tail. I really hate Dragon Tail and Whirlwind. I'm really not a fan of moves like that. Thank God I outspeed somehow. I don't know how I outspeed there, but thankfully I do. Trick Room's not up. What is Nidoqueen's... I have no idea how I outsped there. I don't know. I think Nidoqueen's base stat speed is like 50, and Quag's is like... He must have used a low prio move. Like he had to have. Is Dragon Tail low prio? It might actually be. I'm not sure. I know Rotom has Levitate, so I can't EQ it. I'm going to have to go ahead and throw up the Aqua Tail. He's going to trick me. That's okay. That's actually totally fine. So it sucks. It's a little annoying, but I'm going to have Choice Scarf Quagsire. One-shot his Rotom with Aqua Tail. Super nice. I'm going to be Choice Scarfed on a 90% accuracy move, which is a little annoying. Having it against Slowbro is rough as well. Question here is whether I think I just have to stay in. This Quagsire becomes, not super great to me now since it's Choice Scarfed. It's Choice Scarf for the rest of the game. I can't ever come in with it again and like curse up or anything. So I think my best bet is honestly just to do this. He's probably going to have Slack Off. So as soon as I see him Slack Off, I might swap out. He used Future Sight, Toxic. This is fine. I'll probably swap out the Quag towards him. There's the Slack Off. Okay, so I'm probably going to swap out now. Or maybe I'm going to Aqua Tail him one more time and then swap. And I'll be able to use my Quag. Okay, there we go. I died of the Future Sight. I think that was coming eventually. I don't know the exact mechanics of Future Sight, so I wasn't sure when exactly that would come. I'm just gonna bring in my Shuckle. He doesn't seem to have any super hard attacking moves besides he has Future Sight, which is a pain. I'm gonna go ahead and Toxic. He's gonna also Toxic me, although I have Rest and he has Slack Off, so I win that battle slightly. Although he does a Future Sight, which will be interesting to play around. The question is, I have to try to protect his Future Sight if possible. So the question is whether he'll slap. I'm going to go ahead and protect. I think I'm going to predict that he's going to Future Sight here. Nice. That's pretty good. I think predicts that. Maybe it actually doesn't. Future Sight might actually hit through predict, which I didn't know. That's a huge thing to learn. So I'm gonna go ahead and Stealth Rocks and then swap out. He's gonna slack off. That's fine. So I need to swap out to avoid the Future Sight, I'm pretty sure. I believe if you swap, it avoids Future Sight damage, but I actually could be wrong. I actually think I'm wrong. I'm not super familiar with Future Sight. You don't see people use it very often, so. I wonder if you can protect the Future Sight damage. I don't think you can. I'm just going to go ahead and rest. He's going to bring in his Estavalier. Interesting. I can't do any damage to this dude, which I guess he's noticed because I have Toxic and he's Steel type, so he's immune to Toxic. I think the Future Sight damage comes in now. Yeah, okay. That didn't do too much damage, thankfully. I think keeping my Shuckle is just better there, just in case. So this becomes very awkward. I don't think Escalier is going to have Sword Stance. As long as he doesn't have a setup move. Oh, wow, that did a ton of damage. Wow, that was shockingly powerful. I've actually never... Interesting. Fair enough. Okay. So the question is... I think I just have to bring in Bouffalant here. I don't think I can bring in... I'm going to outspeed him on Bouffalant, so... It's just rough, obviously, because I don't do any damage to him. I can go ahead and get one Sword Stance off, hopefully increase my damage a bit. We'll see how much damage he does to me. I don't think he has a fighting type move. This Estavalier is insane. I would love to get an Estavalier for my Trick Room team. This is just really proving to be a rough day for me for PvP. These games have not been super close. I'm going to try Head Charge. This might do like 20. Oh, this actually killed him. I'm very, 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 very surprised. No, it didn't. Wow, it actually put him to like 1 HP. Honestly, I'm surprised it did that much damage. But yeah, that's unfortunate. So I actually have to attack here. In an ideal world, I would love to Trick Room and set up a Nasty Plot or two, but he has Mega Horn, and he's currently slower than me because there is no Trick Room, so the question is whether I need to... I think I just always... The question is Psy Shock or Hidden Power. The question is if he swaps... I don't think he ever swaps here. The only thing is, if he swaps to Magmortar, Psyshock would be better, but if he swaps to Absol, I think Hidden Fighting is almost better here. I don't think he ever swaps here, just because if he swaps back in with Escavalier, it's just going to die to Stealth Rocks anyway, because Stealth Rocks is up, so I think he just tanks the hit, kind of scouts a little with the move. So he's going to bring in Absol. Pretty scary. It probably just one-shots me, but I have to just go ahead and try to Trick Room up. There's no reason for me to Hidden Power Fighting immediately because he's gonna be faster than me. I might as well Trick Room, get Trick Room up for 5 turns, and then be able to outspeed him next turn with the Hidden Power Fighting. Let's see what he's got. His Absol's called Cheap Mo, so maybe it's a cheap, not so great. He's Sucker Punch. That's very, very good for me. Wow. So it actually took a while to decide what to do there. I'm really glad he Sucker Punched. I think I'm safe to Nasty Plot. I wonder if Sucker Punch is his only moves. Yeah, oh, that's incredible. This puts me in a really great spot. If Sucker Punch is his only dark move, this puts me in a really, really great spot. I wonder if I can Nasty Plot one more time. I don't think Sucker Punch should one-shot me. He's going to keep Sucker Punching me. I really, really hope. I'm really, really, really hoping that Sucker Punch doesn't one-shot me, but I guess we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and Power Fighting now. This game relies on Sucker Punch not one-shotting me, and I think that does. Yep, that's unfortunate. That's okay. I played it to the best of my ability. Honestly, it's a much closer game than I thought it was going to be. I could have maybe swept there with Beheum, but he's just going to keep Sucker Punching me until I attack, and I have to just kind of hope that Sucker Punch doesn't one-shot me, but it just does there. So that's okay. GG's, on to the next game, hopefully. I mean, I'm definitely going to play until I get at least one win and one good game showcasing the Zangoose, but unlucky, just an unlucky day for battles so far. Okay, moving on to game 3. Hopefully this one goes a bit better. We see Clefable, Slowbro, Charizard, Honchkrow, Galvantula, Golem. Interesting thing to note here are Golem's pretty slow. Slowbro and Golem are both very slow Pokemon. Honchkrow is a pain. I'm not very good at dealing with that Pokemon, unfortunately. Clefable is a tilter for sure. Clefable is probably one of my most hated Pokemon in the tier. Maybe my most hated. Probably my most hated Pokemon in the tier. Whew, so I gotta think whether I'm safe to lead with Zangoose here. I don't think there's anything that can like majorly disable me. There's no like Rotom with Trick. I'm gonna go ahead and try the Zangoose lead. We're gonna go ahead and try it. Now, what is Galvantula's base speed? Is the question. I think it's 108. Pretty fast. Pretty surprisingly fast. It shouldn't be able to one-shot me. I'm gonna hope to Swords Dance, let him hit me, activate. Wow, Volt Switch does 84%. That's crazy. Didn't activate my Salic though, which is exactly what I wanted. So he's gonna go ahead and swap. If he brings in a Pokemon with Rocky Helmet though, it could be an issue. He's probably gonna bring in the Golem or the Slowbro. There's the Slowbro. So I can X-Scissor here, which will be nice. And hopefully, I don't know if I'll one-shot, but yeah, I do 64% damage. Hopefully he's not Rocky Helmeted. There's the Rocky Helmet, yeah. Man, Zangoose has just, at least this Zangoose has really been not, I think it's an outdated mon, unfortunately. I'm also just not playing well. Today I've probably made the most mistakes out of any PvP video I've ever put up on my channel. Just learning, new things, learning a new comp, and just not playing well. Wow, that's unfortunate. So the best Zangoose was able to do was output 60% damage. That's okay, it happens. I just gotta figure out what to do next. I gotta figure out what to do here. Thing might be just to bring in Shuckle and spread around some Toxic, spread around some damage, see what I can do. I'm actually gonna, I don't know if I should Stealth Rock first. I might have to throw up the Toxic. So he's gonna slack off, that's fine. I would love to try to come back to this. I don't know if I'll play it until I win today. I kind of said that, but honestly, I'm not sure. I'm just really not having a fun time playing with Zangoose. I've always loved this Pokemon in the past, and in the past metas, it has been a threat, but it is just, it feels outdated, and it feels too weak. At least this Swords Dance set. Maybe it would be much, much better as more of a Choice Scarf set. I think Choice Scarf Zangoose could really do something. I think Swords Dance just isn't what Zangoose needs. He's just too frail to try to Swords Dance up. I think he needs to be more of a Bander or a Scarfer. So Stealth Rocks. Already threw up Stealth Rocks. I'm actually so out of it. Wow, I can't believe I just did that. That's crazy. I'm so out of it. I'm so distracted and frustrated with my Zangoose that I'm just misplaying to a drastic degree. That's crazy. I would love to try to revisit this video. He's gonna throw up his own stuff. That's fine. I'm gonna throw up my own Toxic. That's fine. I would love to revisit this video and revisit Zangoose with a different Zangoose in the future. But yeah, this has just been a rough day for PvP for me in general, to be fair. Some games have been closer than expected. I've really been trying to pull through on some of these games. I believe I'm gonna go ahead and rest here. I just don't know if he's gonna swap to a different Pokemon or not. He's gonna Rock Blast me. I'm gonna go ahead and rest. That's fine. It's a solid rest. Gets rid of the Toxic. Shouldn't do too much damage to me. When waking up from a rest, I almost always try to go for the Protect. Obviously, it depends. So in the situation, you'll either go for Protect or Toxic most of the time. But I'm going to go ahead and go for the Protect. See if I wake up within... Usually I wake up... Oh, it's 52%. That's actually a super important damage. It'll hit 3 times. Rock Blast can hit 2 to 5 times, right? I'm pretty sure it's one of those moves. That's pretty insane. So I'm really hoping to be able to wake up here and do the Protect. That'd be waking up here is really important. That's unfortunate. He could kill me here, or he could put me to 1 HP. I think that doesn't kill me. Nice. Hit 2 times. So if I can wake up here and Protect, he might end up dying to Poison, and we'll see how that goes. That's the goal. Nice, get the Protect. Easy peasy. He's gonna Rock Blast, I assume. I'm surprised he doesn't have Rapid Spin. I was expecting Rapid Spin on his Golem, if I'm being completely honest. Wow, there's the 1 HP on the Golem. The question is, do I go for the double Protect, or do I just simply swap? I think I'm going to go ahead and simply swap. to Claydol. I think it's just too good of a swap not to do. If he Rock Blasts, it doesn't do that much damage. If he EQs, I have Levitate and it dodges. He's an Explosion, though. Wowzers. I should have expected that a bit more. I saw him use 3 moves. Stealth Rocks, Rock Blast, EQ, and just didn't see the Explosion, so should have expected that a bit more, but that's okay. So we're getting Galvantula. He's going to go ahead and Bug Buzz and kill my Claydol, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and Trick Room just in case something else happens. Maybe he has some other move. But that's okay. It's kind of expected. No big deal. So now the question is, what can I bring in against this Galvantula? And he has Giga Drain as well. I was thinking Quagsire for a second, but definitely not against Giga Drain. I'm going to guess he has Bug Buzz, Giga Drain, Thunder, something. He also might be Choice Spec, though. He has Volt Switch. He's definitely Choice Spec, then. So that's good. Okay, if he's definitely Choice Spec, I can bring in Bouffalant here. Hopefully I'm not wrong. I think that he's definitely Choice Spec, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in Bouffalant, and if he tries to Giga me, it'll Sap Sipper charge me, which will be really, really huge. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm thinking if I want to Sword Stance or Cotton Guard first. I usually always Sword Stance, but maybe I should Cotton Guard. The problem is if you bring... I think he just has so many special threats left is the issue. I'm going to go ahead and Sword Stance. He's in a Volt Switch. He's actually not Choice Spec. Wow. I can't believe he did 84% damage to my Zangoose without Choice Spec. That actually blows my mind. With Volt Switch? That's crazy. I really was pretty certain he was Choice Spec. I am faster than this Slowbro, which is a pretty big deal. I think I can Mega Horn him to kill him for sure. I think Mega Horn's super effective against Slowbro, if I'm correct. Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and Mega Horn him. This should kill 100% chance. Yeah, there's no way that doesn't kill. That's nice. I'm lucky I hit that. I think Mega Horn is an 85% accuracy move, so it is possible I just missed that, and that could really throw the game and put me in a really bad spot. But hits. I think I can Mega Horn the Honchkrow as well, although it might be neutral because of the flying type. Yes, it's going to be neutral. I'm going to go ahead and throw up the Head Charge then. Superpower kills. Interesting. I've never seen Superpower on Honchkrow. That's interesting. Fair enough. Well played, well played. Stealth Rocks did do a lot of damage to him. I think he definitely would have died to the Head Charge if it hit, because of the Stealth Rocks damage was pretty insane. Honchkrow is Dark Flying, I believe. So I really think my only option is to either bring in Shuckle or Quag. The issue is neither of them do, like, Quag doesn't do too much to it. But maybe this is the Pokemon I can set up against. He did Superpower once, so his attack fell. I think my best bet is to just use this to kind of curse up a little. Instead of bringing Clefable. Interesting. Magic Guard avoids Stealth Rock's damage. God, Magic Guard is an insane ability. For those who don't know, Clefable is one of the most played Pokemon in the tier. I really hate this Pokemon. It's very, 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 very good. I'm thinking if he's going to Will-O-Wisp me or not. If he does, I can still Resto Chesto. He's not toxic. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just curse up. I'm going to keep cursing up. I'm going to Resto Chesto when I can, and then hopefully be super strong enough to sweep his team. That's my win con here. As you guys should probably see, I love Pokemon that are like basically one-man army turbo sweepers, which definitely can be my downfall at times. I just love stuff like that. I wonder what move he uses. I went first here, which means he used like a low priority move. He used Teleport. Interesting. Interesting. It's in a Galvantula. He has Giga Drain on this Galvantula. I just have to swap. It sucks, you know. I'm three times cursed up. I should have thought about that more. I should have probably just EQ'd last turn. I think I was playing around setting up way too much. As you can see, it was my downfall. I literally called it, which is really funny. He's gonna Giga Drain here, 100%. 100% is gonna Giga Drain. And I just know that it kills my Quagsire. There's no way it lives a Giga Drain. Or maybe it's The thing is that it's unstab. Because it's just on a bug electric type. I think if I was at 100... The issue is I just don't have another play. The issue is I just have to hope. So I can swap to Shuckle and have it kill. or I can swap to Beheum and have it die to Bug Buzz. Maybe Beheum's the play, and I just have to hope he doesn't have Bug Buzz. That might be the play. That might be the best play. There's two options. I can rest and hope he doesn't one-shot with Giga Drain, or I can swap to Beheum and hope he doesn't have Bug Buzz. But all are pretty risky plays. I'm just going to go ahead and rest. I'm pretty sure Giga doesn't kills me. Yeah, that kills me. I think this game is just lost anyways. I'm going to go ahead and bring my Beheum now. It's my only really play. So the issue there is I could have brought in Shuckle. It dies to Giga Drain. I could have brought in Beheum, let him Giga Drain, and then let him outspeed and kill me next turn. So just like, let's see if he has Bug Buzz. There's the Bug Buzz. Yeah, so it really turns out I should one-shot. Yeah, at least I didn't misplay this game, I don't think. At least that turn especially. I didn't misplay. I just couldn't win that. This Galvantula was a huge threat to my team. The Bug Buzz, Giga Drain, Volt Switch really just shredded through everything. I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to protect. I'm not going to BM. I'm just going to throw up the Toxic and let him kill me. Whew, that was an interesting team. I did like his team. It was very interesting. I respect it. Except for the Clefable. Clefable's kind of lame. Not a fan of that. But the Galvantula is very cool, and he played very well with it. So honestly, GG. Another rough day for Zangoose. Hopefully we can get a win next game, but I'm not sure. I might just end there. That was 3 games, I believe. I think I played 3 games on my Buffalon game. You know, some days you just don't win. And I think that's something that I appreciate, and I think something that, sucks. But it's an important part of PokeMMO, so I don't know. We'll see. I'll get you guys to the next clip, and I'll figure out what I'm doing. Thanks for watching, though. Okay, I think I'm just going to go ahead and call it here. A bit of an unsuccessful day for Zigzagoon, but that's definitely due to a lot of factors, partially due to my misplays, partially due to the low IVs on this Pokemon, partially due to the Swords Dance set. What this day really was about was learning, about Zigzagoon and understanding what I can do to play better with him, etc., etc. I think that's like maybe my favorite part of this kind of series of viewer requests is having viewers request Pokemon that I've never really played with or don't really know how to play with, and just learning from them and just gaining experience in PvP. I'm not the best Pokemon PvPer. I'm a very, very average, maybe slightly below average player. I think I do a pretty good job of explaining things throughout the battle and really walking through things and explaining them. But when in the battle, I make a lot of mistakes, and I don't always factor in everything. There's so many things to consider within a Pokemon battle that you just always end up missing something usually, unless you're a very, very good player. So that's okay. Rough day, bunch of losses, but that happens. Maybe I would love to return to Zangoose one day with more of a Choice Scarf set. Without Swords Dance, it would be something like Close Combat / X Scissor or Night Slash. Probably Night Slash is probably better. And then Quick Attack would be a lot better. And then having Lumberry on that set would be... Or no, not Lumberry, sorry, Choice Scarf. Yeah, so Choice Scarf on a set like that sounds a lot better. And then, yeah, maybe one day I'll try to come back to that. So thanks for watching. Have a great day, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed. Sorry for so many losses. Sorry if this is a shit video, but so that just happens. And I think I like the genuineness of that. I like the showing my losses, and I like saying, like, sometimes you just can't win a game. That's okay. That happens. GG's. Good luck. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Dislike if you don't. Blah, 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 etc., etc. See you with the next PvP video. Peace.